My persuasive speech today is going to be about weapons. As I was thinking about what I would choose to speak about, I could think of nothing more qualified or highly trained on than weapons. I spent 5 years in the United States Army as an airborne infantry paratrooper. I have been through special forces training, sniper training, and many more training events, which make me an expert in the field of weapons. I am also currently a law enforcement officer. Today, I'll be speaking about two storied weapons. Each one of the weapons are rich in tradition and military history. The weapons are the Colt M4 carbine and the automat Kalashnikova, or better known as the AK-47. In my personal opinion, I think the M4 is an overall better weapon system than the AK-47. I'll try to implement some key facts on both sides and give you a clear picture of what I'm talking about. I first want to start with the Colt M4 carbine, designed specifically for lightweight mobility, speed of target acquisition, and potent firepower capability. Comfortably carried yet instantly available, this weapon system serves as the United States Armed Forces weapon of choice and the weapon of the 21st century warfighter. The only 5.56mm carbine in the world today that is manufactured to meet or exceed the stringent performance specifications required for acceptance and use by the U.S. Armed Forces. The Colt M4 carbine was introduced in the United States by the Colt Manufacturing Remington Arms Company in 1994. This weapon fires a 5.56 by 45mm NATO round. It has an overall weight of 6.11 pounds and overall length of 29.8 inches and has a barrel length of 14.5 inches. It shoots 700 to 950 rounds per minute with a 1-in-7 rifling barrel and an astounding effective range of 600 meters. The M4 carbine is a 5.56 compact, lightweight, gas-operated, air-cooled, magazine-fed weapon system with selective fire that can be sighted from the shoulder. The M4 is naturally 1.3 pounds lighter and 6.58 inches shorter than most combat assault rifles, making it easier to maneuver in close combat encounters. This weapon has been strategic for us in the Panama conflict, Somalia conflict, and close quarters combat in Iraq. One key the M4 carbine has over the AK-47 is it can be fit with many types of accessories. It can be fit with the M203 and M320 grenade launchers to the top rail. It can also be fit with laser point optics, night vision devices, telescopic sights, and bipods for more stability while firing from the prone or a fixated object. Other accessories for the M4 are the ACOG and the PEG-2, M68, and holographic sights. The weapon can also be fit with a blank firing adapter for training purposes. Towards the end of the World War II, the Red Army had defeated Hitler. The Soviets then found themselves encountering the STG-44, or more popular known as the MP-44. The Storm Rifle, as it was nicknamed, was the first to be classified as an assault rifle. This rifle was gas-powered and had the capability of firing a 30-round magazine. Also had the power of a machine gun with the lightweight, compact feel of an assault rifle. Now soldiers would be able to carry a weapon and fire it as a machine gun and not have to lug around an entire team of men to operate one weapon system. Soviet Mikhail Kalashnikov was conscripted into the Red Army in 1938 as a tank driver. He was injured in the Battle of Bryansk in 1941. During his stay at the hospital, he began developing a prototype for the Soviet Red Army that would fire the new 7.62 by 39mm M1943 cartridge. The Red Army did not have any capabilities at the time to fire this new type of ammo. Kalashnikov's first design was the AK-46. It was tested successfully in 1946. It was later revised and made more reliable and then tested again in 1947. The Red Army liked the prototype and adopted it as their first assault rifle in 1947. This was where the automat Kalashnikov got its start. It was believed that between 50 and 75 million AK-47s have been produced since the weapon's inception, making this AK-47 one of the most successful weapons of all time. The AK-47 shoots a 7.62 round, has a magazine capacity of 30 rounds, an effective range of 300 meters with a muzzle velocity of 2,329 feet per second, an overall length of 34 inches. It can shoot 1,969 rounds per minute on full automatic cyclic fire. It is gas operated with a semi-automatic or fully automatic selection, fitted standard with iron sights. While we're talking about the AK-47, some of the drawbacks to the weapon are the inaccuracy beyond 300 meters. No indicator of an empty magazine, meaning that after the last round has been fired, the weapon's bolt does not lock to the rear. The M4 carbine has this capability. Some other drawbacks to the AK-47 are it's a very loud muzzle when fired. It's very heavy, and it's not as accurate as most military rifles. Also, if you want to mount on any optics or special features to the AK, you have to have a special adapter for the weapon, and many people do not like the AK-47's special safety switch mechanism. Of all the negatives of this weapon, a few pros can be thrown into the picture. The AK-47 is an effective weapon with great power. It has a very high rate of fire, it is very reasonable priced, it has selective fire, and is also simple to operate, clean, and repair. It's a very reliable weapon. While we're given the pros and cons on the AK-47, the M4 also has its ups and downs. Some of the cons of the M4 are the 5.56 ammunition it fires. It's not a very big round, and it does not pack a very big punch. Its reliability relies on the proper maintenance it receives, meaning that if this weapon is not properly taken care of, it will not successfully fire. The pros are it's lighter, more accurate, up to farther distances than the AK-47. It's more versatile, allows numerous modifications to be made, and all adapters fit on the universal Picatinny rail system, so there's no need for special adapters like the AK-47 requires. With all that being said, I've given you the pros and cons for each weapon, and the specifications for each weapon. In my own opinion, I feel like that in today's fight, the modern warfare age in which we live, the M4 is a much better weapon of choice. The AK-47 is one of the most storied weapons of all time and will never be forgotten, but I think it is outdated in today's war. In today's fight, the M4 is more effective and accurate. The AK-47 was created in a time when the war was fought between the masses, a uniformed army. They needed a weapon for more close encounters and a high rate of fire that shot around that with knockdown power. The war we live in today has just the opposite needs. We need a weapon accurate up to long distances. We need a weapon that has night vision capabilities, laser capabilities, etc. We need a weapon with a more tactical approach to our enemy. And the Colt M4 carbine allows us all those features. For me, I'll be sticking with the Colt M4 carbine assault rifle.